Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome to Passionately Intrigued Arts and More with Tracy. I got this project going on. I've got fleece and I'm trying to make a, what is it called? Tie knot fleece? Tie blanket? Tie knot blanket? No sew blanket? But it's going to be a throw. It's not big enough for a blanket. My granddaughter in Florida is getting her own room. Her big brother moved out and they're trying to decorate her room. And so I want to send her some things to help decorate the room. And of course I want to remind her where she is from. So this is why I have Michigan. Michigan Wolverines, Ann Arbor, go blue. I had this fleece. I've had it for quite some time, but I only had this much of this. I bought it Joann Fabrics, the remnants, where they sell little pieces. I had that piece, and then I also had this piece here. So this piece is much larger, but it wasn't large enough for this backing that I'm using. So I sewed those two pieces together. So this is going to be a little different. I've watched a lot of videos. I've never made one of these. I watched a lot of videos on how to make a no-sew fleece, but it's not working out traditionally because I don't want to waste all this material. I don't want to use just this store-bought one, which was 60 inches by 50 inches, and cut it down to this size, and then you'll cut the slits up here. That'll make this throw so much smaller. I want to take advantage of all this spacing. So I tried to place this gray in the middle of this larger one, and I didn't measure this, but it is like four inches all the way around wider than this gray. So already it's not going to be traditional. First, in the fact that I had to sew these two pieces together. Secondly, this doesn't come all the way over to the end for me to cut these and tie them. So what I plan on doing is, you have to cut the corners out, and this corner here is the only corner that the material was cut unevenly. So it's about 1 inch shy of 4 inches. Oh well. But what you're supposed to do, whatever amount you have hanging that you want your fringe to be, you go to each corner and you cut out the square of 4 inches. So this one is not going to quite be right. It's going to be 3 inches. The others will be 4. Hopefully she won't notice. Trial and error, this is a first for me. So I guess you set this at the corner. Yeah, this one here is really 4 inches. 4 inches is like that. So, hope I'm doing this right. So, I'll cut from here down. I need to be even because this one's going to be short. That's all I can say. And I'll cut across this way. So that's the first block out, which isn't quite 4 inches. So let's move this over. And I don't have space enough to show the whole thing. I don't have a table large enough to show the whole thing. So I'm going to move this all the way down and do this other corner. Y'all bear with me. It's the first time. And I'm trying to figure it out with measurements and all. And then with this gray one, the corners are rounded, not squared off like these other ones. So we're going to see. Now let me bring my cutting board down this way because I don't want to cut my table. And let's square this corner off. And this is a 5-inch block here, cutting block. So I'm just going to use 4 inches of it. Let's see. Make sure I do this right. I don't know, y'all. That would be here. It ain't quite gonna be right. But I'm trying. I'm gonna try. 4 and 4. Let me hold up. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. So I need to go here. I need to go over here. It doesn't quite line up, but that's okay because I'm not using this gray to tie with this part. If you understand what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to figure it out. And hopefully it'll work. I don't know. But you have to cut the corners out in order for the blanket to look right when you tie it, which I'm not going to tie it, but I'm going to have the fringes. If that makes sense. All right. Block number 2. Corner number 2. Now let's see how we're going to do this on this table. I need to bring this all the way down onto the cutting board and do this corner. Now let me line it up 4 inches and 4 inches. That's 4 this way and 4 this way. Oops. It's kind of crooked. Oopsie. All right, let's do this last corner. Pull this over and get this far corner. Oh, got stuff under there. So let me go across the other way. I'm on my dining room table, y'all. That 6-foot table wasn't big enough, and this one isn't big enough. So 4 inches down and 4 inches across. Oh. Okay. So we cut the 4 corners out. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm not going to cut the slits yet, because what I want to do, let me pull this back up over here. And this is why I pinned it all the way down after I got the measurements so-called right with 4 inches all the way around. I'm going to bring out my sewing machine and I'm going to sew this all the way around to hold this down. And then I'm going to try and cut the fringes in. Okay, let me set up the sewing machine and I shall be back. Okay, let's get started some way, somehow. This is a lot of blanket. It's approximately, what, 58 by 68. Give or take what I had to cut off to make it even. Somewhat even. So how are we going to do this? Instead of a straight stitch, I want to use some type of decorative stitch. I put yellow thread in the bobbin and the spool is a bright yellow. So let me pick a stitch. I don't know what. The zigzag is too simple. But then the other ones will take up so much thread. I don't know. Let's just make it simple. We're gonna go with, it's just gonna go with straight. I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much. And after I get it tacked down, maybe I'll go over it again with a different type of seam. Let's just get it tacked down first. Let's see. What are you doing, Tracy? Let's turn it this way. And I'll just get started, and then I'll come back after it's all sewn, because this is going to take a little minute to go around this block. All right. Let's get this party started. And really with this fleece you can't even see the color. Let's see if I see it on the other side. Kinda. I see the yellow kinda on this side. So let me do a little bit more and then I'm gonna go off camera and finish this up and come back and do the next step. All right, y'all, I'll be back. I think I'm gonna change the presser foot. And I'll be back after I sew it all the way around. All right, y'all, we're almost at the end. We've almost made it around the merry-go-round. And as soon as I get done with this, I'll show you what it's looking like. And it didn't take that long to go all the way around with this straight stitch. And I don't think I'm going to put a decorative stitch in because it is fleece and the stitches like go into the material, into the nap. So you really probably won't see a decorative stitch. I was just trying to be extra. A little bit more. Alright, we'll take it around this corner and I will be done with this straight stitch. Tacking the two materials together. Not tacking, but sewing down. Back stitch. Maybe. See what we're working with. And like I said, it's too big to put the whole thing in the camera. Let me see if I can come up close and personal. So I just left a small, what do you call that, seam? Small little edge along here. Let's see what it looks like on this side. So you can barely see that seam on this side. And here's where the two materials join. From this material, fleece, to this fleece. So now what I'm going to do is move this sewing machine and lay this out flat and see how I'm going to cut these fringes, these strips along here. So let me clean up the pins, move the sewing machine, spread this out, and see how we're going to do this. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the easiest way to cut this. I flipped it over to the back side, and I can use my inches here as guides. And I can either use my quilt block and go at each inch, place it up against this edge, place it on the inch line here, and maybe cut up. Yeah, and then move it an inch. That might be the easiest way. I was going to use this, but that's wider. Nope, nope, nope. This is going to work here. I'm just going to move it over each inch, measure it by my mat, press it up against this edge, and use my rotary to cut. And this is the rotary cutter that I picked up quite a few of these from the Dollar Tree back when, oh, I think they were $1.25, but this is a name brand and I forget how much it cost, but I did do a video on my bargain find at Dollar Tree. And I will be giving a few of them away. All right, line this up. Let me stop babbling and cut. And I'm just taking it up to the gray fleece, measuring over an inch. So as you can see, I've got the fringes, but they're just, I don't know if I'm going to tie two together or not tie them at all, or tie each one in a knot individually. Like I said, this isn't traditional. I'll plan it by ear, piecemealing it. The best way I can think to utilize all this material. Otherwise, I would have had to cut all this off, but that's too much material to waste. And you know I don't like to waste. Now I do want to do a traditional one. I want to follow the guidelines, get 2 pieces of fleece, put them together, and have them matching, coming out evenly, so that I can do the no-sew fleece throw. And I think it's also called tie knot throw, something like that. I forgot. Excuse me. But before I do that, my next blanket that I will be making, I'm working on a crochet one now, but crochet takes so long because I don't do it all the way through. I set it down, I pick it up, I set it down, I pick it up. So my next blanket that I will be doing, I had a great niece born last week. Her name is Meadow, and I'm going to make her a blanket. But what I'm going to do, what I'm going to attempt to do, what I'm going to try to do is use the Dollar Tree baby fleece blankets. I have a collection of those that I got back when it was the Dollar Tree. And I've got to go through my stash and see what I have, what patterns I have, and how I can put them together and make her a fleece blanket. I've done a few baby blankets with those in the past where I trimmed the whole blanket with a binding of ribbon, but I don't want to do it that way this time. And I'm not going to babble too much longer. I just want to cut some of these fringes on camera. You know, I've got to go all the way around the block to this merry-go-round, up and down around the mountain to complete this. So I just wanted to show you what I was doing. So here's the fringes, and I'll come back when I'm all done cutting these and see what we're going to do. Am I just going to leave it like this or what? Okay? Be back shortly. Guess what, y'all? I'm done. And it is so cute. It is so cute. Now I'm trying to debate if I do want to tie these or not. I really like the fringe, and if I tie them, that kind of defeats the purpose of me having the width and the length that I wanted. I'm just going to show you a couple. I will take 2 of these. I'm just going to show you a couple of how it would look. Let's see. Let's tie. And the purpose really of tying is tying the 2 together without sewing. So you would have, when you tie the 2 together, you would have the gray showing on this side and you would have the blue showing on the other side. So, I don't know. Let's just see what it looks like. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Let's do another one. Let's do a couple of them and see what it looks like. Let me bring the camera down lower so you can see what I'm doing. So far away. Is that better? Yeah. Okay, that's 2 of them. And they don't lay this way. One goes up, one goes down. I don't know if I like that. Let's do a couple more. And I'm not going to really tie them tight because I think I may be taking them loose. What y'all think? I don't know. I don't like that. I think maybe because these are too short, or maybe it doesn't have the 2 contrasting colors. I don't know. So I'm going to take it loose. I don't think I want to go around and tie all these anyway, and they're too short, I think. I think most of them cut at 6 inches. I've seen some cut at 3, 4, but if it was 2 more inches on here, then they might look better tied up, in my opinion. I like the long fringe. longer fringe. Come on. And the thing about fleece, it doesn't ravel. And it's so soft and comfortable. So I hope Dakota likes this. You know, they do get, in the wintertime in Florida, they do get cold nights. And that temperature does drop. She probably can't use it right now. But she can throw it across her bed and have it look cute. I don't even know what her decor is going to be. I really don't. But this was the only fleece I had, and I wanted to remind her of where she's from. She'll always have a Michigan blanket. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. So let me show you the best I can. Actually, the camera tripod is sitting on the end of it. Let me move it back a little bit and see how much I can show you. It is so cute. I gotta order some fleece. I gotta order some fleece fabric. Look, y'all. How cute is that? What? And this is my first time. Too cute. And then that's the other side. Not traditional, but I made it work. Make it do what it do. And then here's where it connects with the two pieces that I put together. So it blends, but you know, it's two different fleece patterns. And then where I had to cut the 1-inch fringes where the seam is, it worked out just fine. Because I actually sewed the two together, and then I turned it over, and where is it? Where'd it go? Hold on. Right here. Oh, you can't see it, it's on the inside. Anyway, I sewed it down on each side to make it flat. But this is so cute. Tell me what you think. I will be making more of these. Let me spread it out the best I can for you to see. Yay! Go blue. Go blue, doggone it, go blue. Leave me a comment, hit that like button. Tell me exactly what you think. Have you tried this? Will you try it? What? I'm gonna do another one, but I'm gonna do that baby blanket first. Oh, this is nice. Watch this. Yeah. Peace and love. Alrighty. Hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment. Toodles. Go blue. Go blue. Yeah. Peace out, y'all.